Hello and good day everyone. My name is Melissa and welcome to my channel, Teatime and Spells. Today I'm actually going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be doing a kit in chat. So for those who aren't aware, I am going to be kitting up my next WIP in progress, which is going to be Fairy Lights by Ivy Dolomore. And this is what it looks like. It's a 22 by 28 inch, so kind of my happy medium size. And I'm really into like a Midsummer's Night's Dream theme right now, and the fairy just hits that perfectly, and it's a square. Currently I'm working on Night Melody by Margaret Morales, and that one is rounds. I'm about 2/3 of the way done with it, but I kind of wanted to swap out and do maybe a little bit of squares, kind of break it up a bit. So I thought I would go ahead and just film me kitting it up. And for those who don't know, kitting up is when you take out all of these lovely drills that you get in this drill train and you put it in a storage solution. And for me, I'm going to be using just the brown cylinder case system. This was the first system I ever used and I love it. I know that a lot of people like to use like the Elizabeth Ward system, or there's like the little Tic Tac bottle system. This system is the first one I found. I loved it. And why mess with a good thing? So I went and bought a larger one. Today is the Saturday, July 12th, so we're just done with Amazon Prime deals, but I know that Amazon Prime had quite a few of these storage solutions on sale, so hopefully you snagged one if you were interested. But I'm going to be kitting everything up into these round cylinders. I basically fill everything up to the tip, and then if I have anything extra, I like to put it in like one of these containers. This is my extras for the Night Melody one, so I'll probably put it like on this side. And there are 60 colors, which is perfect because this is 60 little cases. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'm just gonna be talking about just the last week or so while I kind of show my process of kitting up and just kind of chat with you guys. So if that sounds interesting to you, then maybe grab a WIP of your own, maybe a snack, a cup of coffee, tea. I had to have some vanilla latte from Caribou today because I had a late night last night diamond painting. It's a Friday night. We all got to do fun things, right? I just don't party it up at the bars. I just sit at home watching YouTube and just working on diamond painting. I really need to start listening to audiobooks. I never think about it, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready, and I'm gonna put you guys at a different angle because right now this is a little too high up for me, so I'm gonna bring you guys down. All right, that is a lot better. So the first thing I like to do when kitting it up is I always put the date that I kitted up. I count the day that I kitted up as my start date. Depending on how many colors you have, it could take hours to kit up. At least it does for me. I'm not as quick as some other creators are. But I like to just take my tweezers and just put the sticker label right at the very top of my cylinder, because I like to go in order. I like to go in DMC order. I know that there are some creators who just go like numerical order. They go like 1 through 60, and then that way they never have to change the tops of it. That's great. Whatever works for you. Some people don't even kit up. They just cut the bags and pour it in a tray and use tape, or just fold the little baggie, and I did that for the first couple ones that I did. And then I found kitting up and went down the whole rabbit hole of diamond painting. It's hard to believe that I've been doing this for just 6 months. Like, I just passed my 6-month mark, and so much has happened in just 6 months. Like, I went from ordering cheapy diamond paintings off of Amazon, and then, you know, as we do, go down a rabbit hole of YouTube videos and social media and Reddit and finding out all the different options there are when it comes to diamond painting, and then finding out the importance of, you know, don't buy cheapies ones because most of the time they're not licensed, and avoiding AI, and it's kind of a lot that you have to kind of navigate. My opinion is if you are interested in any hobby, maybe try out the more affordable options before jumping straight into the most expensive options. I know that sounds wrong because I know the affordable options tend to be not licensed, not the correct path, but a lot of the premium stuff is not very cheap. I mean, I think the average cost for a Diamond Art Club painting of like a normal size is probably about, what, $65, $70 these days. You could buy a lot of diamond paintings off of Temu and Amazon for that price, and then, you know, kind of get a good feel for if you actually like it or not. And I would probably recommend most people go that route for the very first couple, just to see if they even like it. I mean, I have a very hyperactive, focused type of personality where, you know, I'll get hooked onto a hobby and I will just hyper focus on it and want everything to do with it. I want all the things. I want to buy everything. I want all the accessories. And, you know, it becomes like my entire focus. But then I can burn out in like a couple weeks or a couple months, and I'm like, nope, I'm good. Well, at that point, if you know, did like what I did, you're probably several $100s in with like a nice little stash and everything for maybe a couple weeks or a couple months worth of enjoyment. So I don't know. I see this a lot on the coloring side of things. Like I see so many people hyperfixate on coloring books where they buy all those really expensive markers and all of these books, and then they're like, I'm over it a couple months later. And it's like, really? You spent hundreds of dollars on all this stuff when you could have just bought like a nice-ish set of markers or coloring pencils from Hobby Lobby or Walmart. You know, yeah, they're not name brand, but, you know, a few nice coloring books, you know, maybe like $100 or something versus several hundred, maybe $1,000, just to, you know, feed the hobby. And if it's something that you truly enjoy, then it's like, okay, yeah, I can justify the cost of, you know, investing in these nice markers or these cute coloring books. And I think social media definitely influences that regard quite a bit. I won't lie, social media definitely influenced diamond painting for me. I mean, my very first kit that I purchased off of, well, the very first kit I bought was like that skeleton and lady with the sugar skull. Love Me for What's Broken or something like that. Really cool, but I got it off of a Facebook ad. You know, that was social media. And then after I did it, I looked into it. Now, I did see some YouTube videos and, you know, Reddit posts about people saying, you know, if you're really into diamond painting, you know, first do the whole Temu or Amazon thing, and then if you like it, consider other options, but be warned that you're gonna notice a big difference in quality, and once you go premium, you're not gonna want to go back. And I remember reading that post thinking, yeah, that's probably gonna be very true. And it was. I ordered 4 off of Amazon. I ended up doing 3 before I placed an order with Diamond Art Club. And now that I've done Diamond Art Club, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I could do the cheapie. I've tried to get my mom into diamond painting, but she says the symbols are just too small for her. Even with like a light pad, it causes headaches for her. So it's not something that she is into, and that's fine. I think I might complete that 4th Amazon painting because it's like a stained glass dragon kind of piece. It's a 30 by 40, so like your standard smaller size, I guess. And I don't know, maybe when I do like a comparison project of like, if you're comparing the quality of certain canvases, I mean, when it comes to Temu and Amazon and all that, it just depends on who the seller is, really. Because some of them don't turn out good. Others turned out pretty decent for what the size is. And that's another thing is, you know, you go into the hobby and you kind of learn what your preferences are, what's your size that you're comfortable with, and looking at certain images and you're like, yeah, but this size would look, you know, this image would look so much nicer if it was a different size, and you kind of learn stuff. At least that was the case for me, and I'm still learning. Like, my biggest difficulty right now is trying to convert the centimeters to inch sizes in my head when looking at other companies. So like Jaded Gym Shop or like Munimade, they're, you know, a lot of them like to just list them in centimeters. Sometimes they have the inches conversion, but I'll look at something and I'll be like, man, that sounds like it's a lot. And then I'll look it up and I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. But then I have to realistically kind of do maths in my head about, okay, but how long has it been taking me to do this general size painting, and, you know, how realistic would it be for me to get to this painting sooner rather than later? Because I don't want to have a terribly large stash. I say that every time, and my stash grows every time. Like, 4th of July, Diamond Art Club had their 4th of July sale, and I'm like, that's cool. I don't need any. I'm good. And then I have like 6 maybe on my wish list, and of course they did like massive restocks throughout the week. I think they had several restocks in addition to their new releases, and a couple that were on my wish list were ones that were kind of on the older side, so that there was a good chance that they probably were going to be archived anytime, any day now. And so when they went in, when I got the notification that they got in stock, I'm like, oh man. And I remember my husband's like, you know what? You got your bonus. You know, treat yourself. You work hard. This is your hobby. This is your only thing that you really spend money on. I don't do my nails. I don't do my hair. We don't go to the bars, you know, spending hundreds of dollars every weekend. So yeah, you know, it is my relaxing meditation type hobby. So, but I ended up getting 3. I got Fortune Teller, which is one that I really, really want. That's one I'm going to be probably working on for the Halloween-y type season. That's going to be like my overall larger WIP that I'm probably going to do over the course of a couple months. And then at that time, that was the only one that stocked, and I think it was like $2 under the free shipping. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a mini dazzle kit because I'm gonna be going to California at the end of the month, and I wanted to bring like maybe a smaller kit. And I thought, you know what? I haven't done a mini dazzle from Diamond Art Club. I think this would be a fun one to do. So I picked that up, and then like a day or 2 later, Diamond Art Club drops their 4th of July sale, so the BOGO code, and they restocked Midnight Spell by Christabug. Now, Midnight Spell is another kind of larger-ish one, not too terribly big, but big enough, and it came out a couple years ago. So when it came out, I was like, oh man, I just put in an order. I could have used the BOGO sale. And then I'm like, you know what, maybe, I don't think I'm gonna get it. And then my husband, who's supposed to keep me in line, by the way, he's supposed to help me curb this, is like, you know what, you should just get it, because it's probably gonna archive after this, and then you're gonna complain and moan about not picking it up when you had the chance. He knows me very well. So I ended up buying that. Just that one though. So I have a couple, but fun story. I ordered the Fortune Teller and Mini Dazzle set July 2nd or July 3rd. I ordered that one first. I have yet to receive it. My one that I ordered a couple days later the Midnight Spell, I already got it. So my fun package from Diamond Art Club that contains my fortune teller and mini dazzle set has been taking a tour around the country currently. I live in South Dakota, and it left the warehouse in Texas, went to Denver, then it went to Minneapolis, and most of the time it goes to Minneapolis to my distribution center in South Dakota. Cool, not a problem. Instead, it stayed there for like 4 days. Then it decided, nah, I want to go see the country. I'm going to go to Sacramento, California. Then I'm going to go to Utah. Then I'm going to head over to Nebraska. And then as of today, it is now back at a different warehouse in Minnesota. So we'll see where it goes tomorrow. Supposedly I have a delivery date of Tuesday, the 15th. We'll see if that happens or not. It's not that big of a deal. I just find it kind of funny. And I've been reading kind of similar-ish stories from other people in the VIP group where their packages are just taking a tour of the world right now. Like, how fun. I don't see how that saves the delivery companies any money, but whatever. Somebody messed up. So when that comes in, then I will do a nice little unboxing video of both of those packages. And then I want to do, for my own sake, I want to do a stash video, because I want to kind of see what the state of my stash realistically looks like at this point in time, like roughly 6 months later into the craft, and how many I get to by the end of the year, you know? Just for my own kind of sake, I want to make sure that I am doing the ones that I am picking up, like trying to get to the ones sooner, or the ones that I ordered first rather than later. But I also want to go with what I'm in the mood for at that time. You know, like this one, this Fairy Lights one, I got from a D-Stash group. And this one was kind of one of my later purchases, but I wanted to go with something that kind of fit the summer theme. A lot of my stuff is fantasy themed, which, you know, Diamond Art Club likes to feed those themes of fairies, dragons, mermaids, and witches, which is great because it's all up my alley. But I kind of wanted to go with some like fairy, dragon kind of themes that fit with the current season. I'm definitely a seasonal person, so I wanted to go with this fairy one because it kind of matches my other fairy one, my Margaret Morales one, but the Margaret Morales one is kind of like she resembles more of like a moth fairy, which is really neat. It's very different compared to the rest of the stuff I have, which it's been kind of refreshing actually. And it has a decent amount of color blocking. Like the entire outline of the main image is like this really pretty fairy dust white. And I like color blocking, but when you get to like the fairy herself, there's quite a bit of confetti too. So it's been a nice mix. And looking at this image here, looks to be kind of similar. I mean, I see like a lot of color blocking, like even in parts of her wings, her dress, a lot of the foliage in the background. So I like it when it's a lot of balance. But I do need to go out of my comfort zone and try some confetti heavy ones. And I think the one that I'm gonna need to work on next is going to be my Jaded Gem Shop one, because I got The Apprentice by Cat Fedora, and I have the computer rendered version. I always get confused. I'm getting better now. So Jaded Gem Shop's pixel rendered is considered hand rendered, and then she's got her hybrid ones, which are primarily computer with like hand touching up. So, all right, I've got all those cut up. Let's get to actually pouring them. All right. I usually like to go in order of the DMC for this, but I kind of have them all sprayed out, so I'll just go with whatever's the first one I see and go from there. Kind of look at all these lovely colors. And I like to, I've tried a couple different ways, depending on how staticky it is. So let's try, I put away my scissors when I didn't need to. Let's try just opening these up and then seeing how staticky they are. And if they're really staticky, I'll have to put them in the dryer sheet and everything. A little bit of static. Okay. So what I do here is I'll fill up my little cylinder, and then the rest I put in baggies. Here we go, which I need to see if I have any more, actually. I think I got some. Now, I have a storage system, like a Hobby Lobby craft box. It's for like photos and stuff that I've got separated, and I'm working on making it really nice for holding like my long-term extra drills. But for now, what I've been doing is to keep this kind of organized for me on my current WIP, I put the DMC number, so 991, and then I've been doing like either a square or a circle around it so that it indicates to me if it's a square drill or a round drill. That way I don't get them mixed up. Well, that's kind of what I do. It's what's kind of been working for me. Well, this isn't too staticky. Not too bad at all. Got a couple extra down there. Whoops. But yeah, this is kind of what I do. I know with like some of the container systems, like the Elizabeth Ward ones, you can fit a lot more. But for now, this is what I got. And then this is kind of where I've been fiddling with a couple different options. Let's see if I can find. Oh. Darn it, I can't find what I was using before. I did have a little piece of cardboard right there. Okay, well for now what I'm gonna do is this. I'll use these little baggy clips as kind of like a little divider, and then I'll just kind of put these in there. I do have a piece of cardboard that I cut out to act as kind of like a firmer divider between like my round kit up and my square kit up. But for now, until I find it, I'll just do this. That works. All right, and then I kind of need a trash bag, don't I? I wasn't very prepared for this. Oh well, moving on. So like the ones where you've got multiple bags of the same color, I just put them in here as they are, and then when I need them to fill up, I fill them up. Again, this is what works for me. Other people do it the way that works for them, and that's perfectly fine. We all have our own ways of madness, how we handle it. I'm just happy that these are not very staticky whatsoever, because that just makes the kit up process so much longer when they are very heavily staticky. Okay, and then I have my extras here, and I'm gonna see if I happen to have a 939 already written out. I do, from a previous one. I try to reuse the bags when I think about it. I thought about it today. Normally, when I kit up, I'm actually doing it like in my lap, reclining in my couch, which, to be fair, is kind of more messier than this. This is a lot more cleaner. But it's more comfortable just reclining on my couch. All right. 126. This is a very pretty AB. Look at that. That's like a lavender AB. One of the things I've learned with Diamond Art Club is how they've recently changed their labeling coding system when it came to their specialty drills. So this one's an older one, so it still has some of the ABs before, what is it, like 141 or 148 or something. They were the ABs, and then now in the new system, they actually label them as AB. But that threw me for a while because I'm like, oh, these look the same. That's because they were just coded differently compared to the time that they were released. Here we go. All right. So, couple things. I got a couple packages that I'm gonna wait on and do an unboxing for, and that'll be a lot of fun. I have yet to receive something different in a package that I've ordered before. I know sometimes, you know, mistakes are made and you get a completely separate painting than what you ordered from. That has not happened to me yet. I'm sure one day it will. I'm also kind of curious when I get the kits and I open them up, if they're going to include treasure quest cards. So treasure quest cards with Diamond Art Club are just a secondary like reward system thing. They specifically state they cannot guarantee one with every kit. And I've noticed recently that a couple people have been talking about in the Diamond Art Club VIP group about how they're missing some, like they just didn't come with it. And again, Diamond Art Club does say not all of them come with it, but makes you wonder if maybe they came across like they ran into a shortage or something. I don't know. I'm more curious about like the older kits that I've got that I ordered because they're recent restocks, but they're older kits in general, if they're going to include treasure quest cards. Whatever they are, I can almost guarantee you they're probably going to be bronze. Because they're 99% of the time bronze. I actually have managed to get one silver, but that's it. The rest of my cards are all bronze. And you do need a certain combination of bronze, silver, gold, and black, or just like a certain amount of black cards to do anything with them. And of course, black are the hardest ones to get. But I just like collecting them. I just put them in this cute little drawstring bag, and yeah, they're just fun to look at. They satisfy that collector part of you. So, but yeah, so I've got that video that I want to do, and then I'm gonna do a stash video, and then I think I want to do kind of a wish list video. I also want to branch out of Diamond Art Club. I love Diamond Art Club. They've got great paintings, and the reason why I haven't really got anything else from another company is because majority of the style and theme I like, Diamond Art Club seems to fill that pretty quickly. And the biggest reason is because of shipping. It's kind of nice knowing that when you order something from Diamond Art Club, you're going to get it in a fairly timely manner. With some of the other companies, it can be quite a long wait time. And in the beginning, that wasn't what I wanted because I didn't have much of a stash. But now that I do, realistically, it's not like I'm going to be getting to it anytime soon. Although there is one I do need to order from Jada Gym Shop sooner rather than later. And that is Flossie Fox's Stitch Along, that she's got a conversion into diamond painting. And for those who don't know, Katie from Diamonds and Washi, she actually did a video on this, and that's how I found out about it. But she did what's called a stitch along, where the artist Flossie Fox, she's got really cute like fantasy pixely type of artwork, and she creates these patterns primarily for cross stitching. But she's worked with Jada Gym Shop where you can convert it over to diamond painting. And Jada Gym Shop has all of that ready to go. Like, they've got the canvas, they'll have all the drills. The only thing you need to do is you need to purchase the pattern separately from Flossie Fox's Etsy shop. And then every month, a new section of the artwork will be sent over to you. And then you kind of It's kind of like a mystery kit that's unveiled over the course of several months. It looks like a really cool idea. And I need to put in an order to do that because I think it starts, I think the first section will be released in August. And I think Jada Gym Shop has a couple month shipping outlook, I think. It may have gotten a little bit better, but I don't know. I know that there's like some health things going on with with Jade, and I think it might be herself or one of the members of her family that's kind of slowing down orders as well. So I should really put that in like now. But I kind of wanted to do like, if I'm going to order from Jada Gym Shop, I kind of want to do like a large, like at least 2 or 3 canvases, but they're also a little bit more on the pricier side, and yeah, so I've been kind of holding out. But there are a couple canvases that I've been looking at from Jada Gym Shop. I kind of wanted to start like my apprentice one. Whoops, I had a popping drill. Because I kind of wanted to get a feel for like what rendering style I like more. From what I've been seeing online, Kat from Kat's Diamond Painting, she actually has a really good video series. And so does Kate too, from Diamonds and Washi, where they've compared 2 separate pieces and each of them in the different rendering style. Katie did like the really pretty like mermaid one, and then Kat is currently doing The Apprentice. And both of them, they're doing side-by-side comparisons of what it looks like in the different rendering style. And it's quite drastic, actually. And that's why I'm kind of wanting to maybe work on the Cat Fedora one sooner rather than later, so I get an idea of which rendering style I think I would like more. I'm leaning, just from what I'm seeing, probably on more pixel, but the one I've got is the more computer generated one, which is more confetti heavy, but it gives more of like a softer look and more, it looks a little bit more similar to that of the actual original drawing. So I think it might just be where it depends on the artwork itself. I don't know. That's why I haven't ordered anything yet, because I'm still on the fence of what to order and what style. And then she's got like all the different sizing options, and I'm a little overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. So I just haven't done anything and procrastinated. But I really should do. I really should put in the order for the Flossy Fox one, if anything, and just order that stitch along. That way I have it ready to go. Because that will be a fun little project to do where, you know, it's like, oh, it's a new month. I have, you know, an update to the pattern, and you get to slowly fill in sections of it. So I think I might maybe I'll just put in an order for just that one and go from there. Let's see, this one was $9.35. I don't think I've got this one pre-made. No, does not look like it. Okay, so I'll make one up. Oh, let's see, what else? Oh, so my last video that I did was like my top 10 favorite diamond paintings of all time, which happens to coincide with like the first 6 months or a mid-year review. Oh my God, you guys, that video blew up. Last I checked, it had like over 700 or something odd views on it, and most of my videos get like, I don't know, under 50. I'm a small channel. I just started a couple months ago, so it's not like I expect a lot of views. So the fact that it had over 700 views, and before I launched that video, I think I had like, I don't know, 86 viewers or 86 subscribers or something, which thank you, appreciate that. After that video, I'm at 156. Holy crap. Wow, thank you. For those of you who subscribed, oh my gosh, thank you. Really appreciate that. That like blew my mind. And I was just like, wow, I can't believe so many of you guys actually enjoyed the video enough to subscribe to it. So thank you. Honestly, sincerely, thank you very much for those who watched the video, who commented, liked, subscribed. Like, it blows my mind that you guys find this that entertaining, I'm happy. But you know, it's something that you start a YouTube channel, and this is not the first time I've tried YouTubing. The first time was like a gaming channel. I loved gaming and it was working out really well, but I got really tired of having to be on a set schedule and having to do the games for work for YouTube. And if you didn't do it on a consistent schedule, then you know, you weren't relevant, and it got to the point where I didn't enjoy it anymore. I didn't enjoy playing games anymore, because I liked playing cozy games like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley and just, you know, the cutesy cozy types of games. And it really destroyed that love of gaming. So I stopped, you know, going on that channel and uploading, and because I got burnt out. So I really hemmed and hawed about doing a diamond painting channel because I didn't want the same thing to happen. But I was having so much fun, and I, you know, would be chatting to my husband about it and everything, and really enjoying it. And my husband's like, you know, you should just do a YouTube channel. That way you have people to talk to about it. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't really want it to, you know, interfere with my love, my enjoyment of the craft. You know, I didn't want it to kill the craft like it did with, you know, gaming and stuff. So I told myself, okay, if I'm going to start another YouTube channel, then I'm just going to take it as leisurely. I'm going to, you know, upload when I want to upload. You know, I'm going to just be chill about it. I'm not going to worry about the stats and everything. If people enjoy the videos, they enjoy the videos. If they want to stick around and see more, great. You know, everybody who starts a YouTube channel is always like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if it really takes off and, you know, I can supplement income with it and everything? Yeah, I mean, realistically, I think we all think that. Does it realistically happen for a majority of people? No. There's a lot that goes into it. But if you can connect with people, make friends, and just share a passion and an enjoyment with it, that's fun. And I will say that on my videos, especially my most recent ones, I've had more engagement, like with comments and just people, you know, sharing their favorites, or, you know, saying, oh, hey, I really liked this one, or you should do this one. That right there, that's been fun. I've been enjoying that. It's kind of like being part of a fun club where we all get to, you know, enjoy this. And that was the whole point. So thank you for joining my little club and for commenting. In fact, shout out to one of my first subscribers, Canadian Diamond Witch. Thank you for being there, for commenting, and for being so supportive. She was one of the ones who, when I asked which one should I do next, she selected this one, and it just so happened that this was the one that was really calling to me as well. So that's why I'm kitting it up. So thank you for the support. Thank you for, you know, taking time to watch and to comment and to like and subscribe and all of that fun stuff. I really appreciate it. So thank you. Yeah, so that video went up a few days ago, and I've been getting a lot of just a lot of interaction, and that's been really fun. It just blows my mind that, you know, so many of you guys just enjoy watching it. You know, I don't particularly find myself all that entertaining, but I am told from my husband that I'm good, but you know, he's kind of biased, so not that he would lie to me, but you know, he's a little biased. He loves me, and I love him, and he's always very supportive, which I really appreciate. That it's nice to have a family that is supportive of a hobby that you have and who enjoys taking enjoyment from, or not taking it, but enjoying the enjoyment that you're having of it, if that makes sense. That's kind of a roundabout way of saying everything, but yeah. So, I need to see what time it is. I have a birthday party I need to head to. My youngest nephew is turning 10 today. Oh, that is crazy. That he is... No, he's turning 9. He's turning 9 today. That's right. This will be his last year in the single digits. And then that is the last of the kiddos in our family who, who won't be in the tween stage. Because I have one son and he is 10. He'll be 11 in December. Then I've got 2 nephews. One who turned 9 yesterday actually. And then I have another who is 11. He'll be 12 in February. Oh, they're all growing up so fast. Seriously, when they say that time flies by the older you get, they are not wrong. I remember when they were all just little peanuts and they were all into their monster trucks and cars and dinosaurs. My son loved dinosaurs. And Legos. He still likes Legos, although not as much, you know. It's been replaced by gaming, of course. But, you know, it was fun when you got to, especially shopping like holidays and birthdays. Oh, we may have gone a little extreme with presents because it was just so much fun. When they're younger, it's fun to just buy all the fun toys for them and, you know, have them unwrap stuff and yeah. Now it's like, oh, gift cards. Like, that's not fun. Gift cards are not fun. Actually, the gift that I got for my nephew is diamond painting. I know. My nephew, I was showing him some of my diamond paintings that I had completed, especially like the dragon ones, and he thought they were awesome. And, you know, he's mentioned it several times since I started. Like, I think I first showed it to him, like maybe back in February at his brother's birthday party. And he was like, oh, that looks so cool, Mom, or Auntie. And yeah, he was like, oh, I want to do something like that. And then I thought, okay, that's cool. You know, he's really into stuff like that, like Legos and, like he really likes the Lego plants. And then he also is like into science and stuff. And he's more of the creative kind. And so I was like, okay, cool. You know, he likes it. Realistically, I didn't expect him to mention it ever again. But he did over the course of the next couple months and stuff. And, you know, the last time I saw him a few weeks ago, I was like, you know, your birthday's coming up and stuff. And, you know, is there anything that you might be interested in? You know, and he kind of mentioned about like that art thingy that you were doing. And I was like, oh, the diamond painting? Yeah. I'm like, really? Yeah. I'm like, okay. So I bought him a couple off of Amazon. I know, guys. Like, I'm not going to spend $70 on premium Diamond Art Club stuff when I don't even know if he's actually going to like it or not. So I went cheapy with Amazon. Don't come after me, please. But I got like a cool like dragon one that, you know, smaller, the 30 by 40. And then I got him a couple of the smaller, like, I don't know, 4 by 4 or 5 by 5 inch ones. And yeah, I thought he might like a couple of the small ones. And if he does them and he really likes them, then yes, you know, for Christmas, I'll get him a couple of the, because he's really into like Star Wars and Marvel, you know, then I might get him maybe like some of those. But like Diamond Art Club has huge stuff. They do have the small like mini dazzle ones, or the, what are they called? Sparkle Pals. And that might be a good option for him if he really likes, if he likes it. Or he might be where he might go through it so fast and want something more of a challenge. those new Star Wars panel ones that came out, oh, I thought of him immediately, but those are big. Those are really big. A little intimidating for your first one, you know. But if he's got a few under his belt and that's something he would be into, then yeah, that might be a good gift idea. I don't know, we'll see. We shall see. But his party is at 11 o'clock. And I don't know what time it is because my phone is currently, my camera recording. So I'll need to take a quick look-see. Let's see if I can find a clock here. And in the meantime, I write this out. And I need to find more baggies because this is my last one. 10 o'clock. Ooh, yeah, I might want to wrap this up sooner than later. Kitting up for me takes hours. I am maybe halfway through all my colors. Kinda. Maybe, because I'm gonna need more of the baggies, and I've got a couple toolkits that, because Diamond Art Club always includes like, I don't know, I think it's like 15 or so little baggies. It's not enough to kit up an entire thing, which is fine, but it's enough for my extras that I've got here. So I might need to see if I've got any more in some of my toolkits, but I think what I might do is do all of these smaller ones, these smaller packages, because these smaller packages usually can fit in a little cylinder here. For those who want to know, this is the Art Dot cylinder storage kit. There's a couple, there's more than a couple, but there are other brands out there that, you know, off brands, generic, whatever, but they, you have to be careful about the size because there's a set where they're like smaller cylinders and then there's the bigger ones. So I'd recommend get the one with the bigger. That way you can hold more in them. Like for most of the time, I can fit the majority of my colors in these little cylinders. Like quite easily. That's where the Elizabeth Ward container set really shines in my opinion, because it's got modular ones where they've got several different sizes. They've got like the extra large where it could fit like a whole big massive packet and probably more, to be honest. And then it's got like the itty bitty little ones where you have just like a small package of like something like that, or even smaller, and you can really like customize it. I've looked at them. Another storage solution set that I've kind of been looking at was like the catered, I don't know how to pronounce it, and then like the Forever Young ones where you're basically kitting up into actual trays, like kind of larger trays like this, and they have like lids that open up like with a hinge. That way you're kitting up and you're already got them in your tray ready to go, so it's supposed to be quicker. Except for I had asked a couple people who have that system if you know, when you have a larger, fuller pack, like one of these guys, you know, when you go to shake it to get your drills to line up, if it really allows for a lot of room for multi-placing, because I'm a big multi-placer. Like once I figured out how to multi-place, I use my multi-placer for everything. Like this is my go-to. I have got my single placer, which is really gunked up. I need to replace that, but and then I've got my 7 placer, which can pick up 8 for square, 8 for round. No, sorry, 8 square, 7 round. And I use this for everything. Like if there's a 5 section or a 4 section, I will usually just use this one. So I wanted to make sure there was enough room for that. And a lot of the feedback I was kind of getting when I asked was like, yeah, it works, but you know, you can't really overfill it because then you don't really have a lot of room for the tip. And I suppose that's really just a problem for just the really full packs. But I'm like, well, then I would still need to kit it up in another system anyways. So I wasn't really all that sold, to be honest. I don't know. I keep going back and forth on it, but I'm kind of one of those people where it's like, once I found something that works, I don't like change. And for me, this cylinder system works. And my nice splurge on my Bijou Bliss tray, this works. I love the size, and I like my Diamond Art Club pin with the tip. I do have 2. I've got the smaller one, especially for like confetti heavy ones. This is a 4-placer with a single. These are my 2 that these are like my go-to pins, and that's it. Like I'm happy with that. That works. Like I don't need any more. Why mess with a good thing? Why mess with a system that works? And you know, I see everybody who has like all these beautiful collection of pins and you know, all these trays, especially the Munimade trays. I hear their trays, oh my gosh, I'm making a big mess. I hear their trays are really, really nice, and she's even got like a wait list for them. And I'm like, oh, but I've got a tray that I really like. And I know people like to coordinate and stuff. For me, I am not to that point yet. I think the next big purchase I kind of want to make, and I call it a big purchase, but I want to dip my hands into putty or wax. I've tried my hand with the putty that Diamond Art Club sends. I love it for my single placer. Hate for my multi-placer. I've done it so many times. Like I keep saying, nah, I gotta give it a try. I don't know. I'm not jiving with it. I'm not figuring it out. Somebody made a comment about like a recipe they tried where they mixed the pink heart wax, like half and half with the white putty from Diamond Art Club, and that was really good. That might be something to try. But I see like all these really nice, what sounds like very nice smelling putties or waxes from like, is it Patty Wax and Wee Wax? They all look really good, but my problem is I don't know if I would like the scents. So I've been kind of holding out for like when it becomes fall spooky season, because most of the time I'm okay with any of the fall scents that involve pumpkin or like apple cinnamon. I'm usually okay with most of those scents. The rest of the scents, I'm like, I don't know if I would really like them. They sound kind of good, but it's hard. That's why I don't buy stuff online from like Bath and Body Works too, is because I want to be able to smell them first. And you know, a lot of these Etsy shops, it's like $5 just for one, plus $5 shipping, and it's like, $10 on something that I may or may not like. If I like it, great. But am I gonna like it? Yeah, it's kind of part of the problem too. And then I look at some of the destash groups who are destashing their putties and their waxes, but it's always such big bulks. And I'm like, can I just do one? But I get it. So I think I might wait on, I don't know, maybe like a fun themed box or something like that, where it might include like a putty and a wax and I don't know, maybe other stuff to kind of go with like a fun little theme box or something for spooky season. Which, when you think about it, we're into almost the middle of July. 4th of July is over for those of us in the US, which means the next major event is back to school, which is just around the corner. And then I guess Memorial Day. Wait, no, Labor Day. And then spooky season starts. My favorite time of the year. I love fall. My absolute favorite time of the year is fall. I love everything about fall. I love the decor. I love Halloween, Thanksgiving. My birthday is in November. So it's like, it's my favorite time of the year. And I love like when the leaves turn. It's just, yeah. It's my comfort season, and I'm sure it is for most of us. And Halloween is, of course, my big thing, which is why I've got so many kits that are supernatural themed. I read a lot of supernatural books. Well, that's something I didn't talk about in my top 10 because, well, it was all diamond painting related, but I finished, 6 books in the month of June. Yeah, I finished quite a few books. I finished a series called Phantasma, and its sequel, what was it called? I don't have my journal with me. Oh, no, I do. Let's see. I was good. I actually updated my journal and everything. Phantasma and Enchantra. Yeah, this was an awesome series. So this is by Kaylee Smith. This one I would highly recommend. It's a kind of like a supernatural one. This one's been high on everybody's to be read list, so I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but this was a very good series. And then I finally finished the Assassin's Blade. I am halfway into the Throne of Glass series, and I think I'm to the point now where it's gonna start getting better, but not gonna lie, guys, that's a drag. Like, getting to the point where it actually starts picking up has been a trog and a half. The only reason why I keep going is because I am invested at this point with halfway through the series, and I'm on, not Heir of Fire, that one was the last one, because this Assassin's Blade's like the novella series that kind of takes place before all the events of the series, but if you read it like in the middle of the series, it kind of makes sense. But I'm on Queen of Shadows, and now that one is starting to pick up, but I kind of needed a break from the Throne of Glass series, I'm not gonna lie. So I read that Phantasma series and its sequel, Enchantra. I read a Dark Academia book called Enigma. That one was really good. That one wasn't supernatural, really. It's more about a character. If you've ever seen the series Bones, the main character has that very analytical, logical, common sense kind of mind where she sees and views most of like death and everything through a very scientific outlook. She wants to be a forensic person, and she kind of views death and all that through that kind of a mindset. And she's trying to also simultaneously figure out why her older sister died at this school that she went to. Awesome read. Loved it. Highly recommend. And it's kind of got a darker academia feel because it takes place at the college, and the main male character is like a moody artist and stuff, and he's kind of got his own agenda. I don't want to spoil it too much, so, but yeah, really, really good. I really enjoyed that one. But after reading those 3 and after reading Assassin's Blade, I was like, you know what? I need another cozy comfort kind of series. And that's where the Stay a Spell series comes in. So this series, it's by Juliet Cross. Wolf Gone Wild is the very first one, and it's a series that follows a family of witches. It's 6 sisters, and how they get involved with like how they work alongside other supernaturals like the werewolves, vampires, and then there's another set called the Grimm. Awesome, very funny, more lighthearted, and it's also got like these mystery-ish kind of elements in each one. And each one's a standalone, but like any series, it, you get more hints about what happens later for, the previous couple or earlier couples in the series, which I really liked. you know, it really builds upon this world. And I've read 3 books, and there's 6 total, plus she's got like a spin-off, a couple spin-offs and stuff, and that's been a nice break. Like, it's been a nice break from more of the moodier, darker, more serious kind of supernatural romance ones that I've been reading. Oh, come on, get out. So yeah, those were the 6 that I read in the month of June. I've definitely been reading more. I kind of wanted to start doing some more reading and catching up on some of the romantasy series that have been kind of talked about and recommended, but also for my own enjoyment. I do go through phases where I like to read a lot and then I kind of take a break from it. And yeah, so it's been nice. I don't want to kind of start a massive series because I'm kind of in the middle of the Sarah J. Maas Throne of Glass one, and I got 3.5 more books to go for that one. So when I go down to California to visit my family, I'm bringing whatever book I'm at that point. I'm thinking I'm probably going to still be on Queen of Shadows because the next books are, I think it's Empire of Storms. And you can do that as a tandem read with the other book. Oh, I don't remember what the other one is. Tower of Dawn, I think. So you would have these 2 big books that you're supposed to kind of flop in between, and it's supposed to give you like the best experience. I mean, I have a bookmark that tells you like what chapters you have to jump to. I don't really want to lug 2 big old books with me to California on a plane ride, especially since I'm going carry-on only. So I'm thinking I might just hold off on reading the rest of Queen of Shadows because I'm halfway through that book. That way I've got that book I can finish in California and have both of my 2 big books that I could tandem read while I'm home. And then that way it allows time for me to do some diamond painting because I'm gonna bring my mini dazzle set, which the mini dazzle set I got was the dragon mini dazzle set. I know, surprise to absolutely no one, I'm sure. But I'm gonna bring that one, and then I'm thinking I might bring my diamond dot lotus one because that one's kind of smaller too. And that way I could try a diamond dot one. Because I've never done a diamond dot one. Just like I've never done Make Market, Michael's line. I haven't done one of those. So I kind of want to do some of the more readily available, more affordable ones, just so that I can actually give an honest opinion on them. And the pink lotus one looked really pretty. I got that one at Walmart. I think it was like 10 bucks. Somebody actually posted in, I think it was like the Facebook group or Reddit of a bunch of Walmarts doing like a clearance out at 5 bucks. Excuse me. To make room for their new seasonal line. So maybe take a look at your Walmart. All right. The rest of these are bigger, and I'm going to need more baggies. So that's only what, maybe 10 or so colors left? Not too bad. Actually, this one's got 2. I could go ahead and file this one away over here. But I think I'm going to end it here because my voice is starting to go out. It is almost 10:30 and the party starts at 11, so I gotta make sure everybody's all ready to go. And yeah, I gotta get going. Can't miss the nephew's birthday party. So yeah, I did pretty good. I got most of it kitted up. It's just a handful left. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right. Well, thank you everybody for sticking around, joining me while I just waffle on and on about anything and everything. Let me know. Have you guys been enjoying your guys' summer? Mine's been pretty decent. I've actually been it's been going way too fast. I could say that. But I've been enjoying it. I think I've been pretty productive with what I've been reading and getting accomplished personally and professionally. And I've been very happy about the diamond paintings that I've done, especially the pace at like roughly 2 of these a month. That's been pretty good. And then I've also made sure to make time for doing some reading, which, looking at just like a quick look at my journal, like I went from going like 1 book a month, yeah, definitely about 1 book a month, and then in May is when things kind of started to pick up, but then June, yeah, I think it was 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Yep. So I've been very happy with that. I've really been getting into the series, and yeah, it's been nice to pick up reading again. It's been very nice. So thank you again for joining me. Again, a huge thank you sincerely for subscribing, for viewing, liking, commenting. I love the engagement. I really do appreciate that. It's nice to know that you guys enjoy this stuff. You know, I mean, it wasn't, if you didn't like it, that's fine. Like, it wasn't gonna hurt my feelings. It was more of like a little online diary for myself, and, you know, kind of a record of how things progressed. I thought that would be kind of fun. And if you guys enjoyed it as well, then hey, win-win. So it sounds like you guys have been enjoying it, so thank you. I really appreciate that. And then yeah, I got a couple of those videos that I've got planned, just waiting on FedEx to deliver the stuff, and then I can finally do a couple more of those videos. And then there's a couple projects in the background that I've been working on that takes a lot more research and kind of more work on the back end that I've been wanting to do, kind of a nice in-depth history of diamond painting and all of that. And that's been really enjoyable because it's been very enlightening as well. So I hopefully will have a series like that coming hopefully soon. We'll see how things go. But yeah, thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed, if you've hit the very end of this video, hit that like button. Comment if you guys have any fun suggestions on books maybe. I do like a good romantasy. And then I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!